What's going on, guys? It is Lone Courier here and got some Spire gameplay. Demolition is from the weekend when the double XP weekend was running, and I think it was Flags and Bombs playlist on Black Ops 3 or something, but you know, I just stuck to Demolition. A pretty good game mode actually, you know. I never really played it much because, well, it's never really been in the last couple of Call of Duty games. It's one of those game modes that got removed quite a few times because it just ended up in mindless spawn trapping. But yeah, got some Demolition gameplay on Spire. One of the few good maps from DLC 1 actually. I think it was DLC 2. Yeah, Spire. It's one of the few maps that I've actually played from DLC 2 as well. Somehow the maps from DLC 2 just never turn up in the population or the map circulation. It's weird, you know. But what I want to talk about today is contracts in Black Ops 3 and how they really could be fixed. Now, I just want to say right now that contracts aren't broken in any way. They're not broken or anything like that. So I'm not trying to insinuate that they are broken, but they're not as good as they could be. Now, I want to say right now, I'm actually quite happy with contracts. It's one of the few things in the game that I'm actually happy about. But what I'm not happy about is just the lack of availability and options that you have available to you. We're going to be comparing this to the contracts in Black Ops 1, obviously. If you go back and play Black Ops 1 on backwards compatibility or 360, contracts are still there. It fundamentally works the exact same way as this game, but it also works a little bit differently. In the older games, you'd purchase contracts with COD points, which weren't microtransactions back then. You actually would earn them in individual matches and stuff. You know, it's this in-game currency you'd use to buy weapons. You know, I'm just explaining because some of you might not have played Black Ops 1, but I assume most of you have. So you'd earn these COD points. You know, you'd buy whatever contract it was. Say, for example, you'd buy one and it'd be like FAMAS Cruelty, and it'd be like get 50 kills with a FAMAS in 40 minutes of gameplay time. You know, it didn't count up the menu time, it was just in game, like in matches. And that was quite a cool idea, you know. I really did like the Black Ops 1 contracts. They were actually really challenging compared to Black Ops 3 contracts. So in Black Ops 3, you know, you've got ages to do them, you know, you've got daily contracts. But you've also got the weekly contracts, which, as you may have guessed, they regenerate every week. But back in Black Ops 1, you would get regenerating contracts. I'm not too sure the exact time, but you know, they'd have different contracts every single day, and you could pick hard ones, you could pick easy ones, you could pick ones that are based on weapons, you could pick ones that are based on a certain game mode, you know, like get 5 kills in Demolition, or get 5 kills in, I think it was Sabotage back then. I'm not too sure if Sabotage is actually in Black Ops 1, I'm 99% sure it is in Black Ops World at War. It might not be in Black Ops 1, I don't know. But you'd have a long list of contracts. So I'll show you an example of what the contracts used to look like. And you know, once you finished it, you get the COD payout, you know, COD point payout. And it's quite a good idea the way contracts work. And as I said, Black Ops 3 contracts work similar to Black Ops 1 contracts in a way, but they're also not as good because you get one contract. Well, you obviously get your weekly challenges, which are 2 challenges. But in daily contract, you only get 1, and it's automatically assigned to you. Everybody gets the exact same contracts, and it's kind of good because it does actually help increase populations of some of the lesser populated game modes. Say, for example, Hardpoint, that doesn't really have a high population on that game mode. I think Hardpoint usually sits about 3% of the population. And when it was a Hardpoint daily objective, the Hardpoint population jumped up to like 40%, you know, it's insane. It definitely made finding games easier. It was like that with Safeguard when that was a daily contract as well. And it really is a helpful thing, you know, it does increase certain playlist populations, and it encourages you to play other game modes rather than just TDM or Domination or Hardcore TDM or Hardcore Dom. You know, so it is quite a cool thing. I do like the way it works. But I just wish there was more contracts available to you, because for us, let's just say slightly more veteran players, and I'm not trying to say like I'm Marka G or anything like that, but you know, I've been playing COD since COD 1, you know, I'm pretty fucking okay at the game if I do say so myself. And I'm not trying to say that I'm amazing or anything, but you know, I'm a bit more of a veteran player than some other kids. Some other kids might only manage 1 contract per day. I could probably take on maybe 2 or even 3 if I feel like playing for that long, that is. And I just wish there was an option to go on to do another contract after you finish one, or if you could pick your own contracts, or if there's a long list of them. It's just Black Ops 1 contracts. After playing Black Ops 1 for a bit recently, it just really makes the Black Ops 3 contracts feel shitty in comparison. And I'm not trying to say that they're really shite or anything. I mean, right now, I do think it's a good thing having them in the game. You know, it definitely did actually help the game out in a lot of ways, because right now Black Ops 3 is getting pretty stale, obviously. Not right now because we've got the trailers and whatnot for DLC 3, but for the last couple of weeks there's been this complete drought, or like the last couple of months to be completely fair, and Black Ops 3 has slowly been dying, you know, after we've had the announcements for Infinite Warfare, Battlefield 1 and COD Remastered, well, COD Modern Warfare Remastered. You know, Black Ops 3's kind of been put on the back burner and it didn't really feel as important. But with this, I do really feel like it's brought a lot of the players back that weren't too keen on playing the game. Obviously, you know, it appeals to different people. I mean, a lot of people aren't going to come back to Black Ops 3 just for the contracts, but I feel like they've done a pretty good job of, you know, doing what they set out to do. And another thing as well is just, with the crypto keys, I think that's quite a cool thing that they give you crypto keys for doing them. I mean, it's better than giving you you know, just like unlock tokens or something, so I am glad it's crypto keys that they give you. Maybe if they increased the reward or something, I don't know, that'd probably be a little bit better. But contracts, they're okay. They weren't really worth that long ass wait though. You know, remember when the 75 win contract got added into the black market? You know, it wasn't really worth that, but now that they've thrown in Blackjack, you know, the temp specialist, it definitely does give you like an incentive to actually do your weekly contracts, you know. I really have no plan on using Blackjack, to be honest. You know, I'm not too keen on him, so you know, I'm probably just going to complete my weekly contracts and have about 50 Blackjacks by the time I've you know, I'm moving on to Infinite Warfare, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, Demolition was actually really fun. That's another game where I recommend checking it out. It's kind of like Search and Destroy. Well, it functions the same as Search and Destroy, but you can respawn whenever you want, so it's all good. It's a really fun game mode, and to be honest, it's one of the more fun game modes that there is, because it kind of requires some more amount of tactics than a usual Call of Duty mode. You know, obviously in TDM you've just got these kids that can't tell their arse from their elbow, so they just run into walls half the time. You've got kids playing Domination that are just the sweatiest fucking kids ever. And you've got half of these kids that think they're like Optic fanboys and they go off and play hardcore. You know, it's just Demolition's been quite a good mode to play, you know. I mean, it's better than some of the other modes in Black Ops 3. It's just a shame that nobody really plays these modes, you know. You'll notice that the game modes that requires more tactics and requires a more smart playstyle are the lesser populated ones, aka Capture the Flag and fucking Demolition. I think you could technically say that Hardpoint is one of them as well, which is probably why it's got such a low playlist population. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you've got any opinions on the contracts in Black Ops 3 and how you would fix them, leave that in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.